A buyout, a rift, and a shutdown? I mean, that's what we got here. I've never seen that.
This is like a hatchet, not a scalpel. None of this is going to help kids. None of this is going to help kids. None of this is going to put a single dollar in a child's school to help kids. It's just going to, and that's the point, I think, cause chaos.
Education Department workers describing Donald Trump's gutting of the agency's workforce. Just days ago, nearly half of all DOE employees were fired. Education Secretary Linda McMahon said the layoffs reflect the department's commitment to efficiency. In reality, the move fits Trump's plan, a plan backed by Project 2025 to eliminate the agency altogether. But Trump is facing a legal fight. On Thursday, 21 Democratic state attorneys general sued his administration to block the dismantling of the Education Department, calling it unlawful. Joining us now, Becky Pringle, president of the National Education Association.
President Pringle, thank you so much for being here. I guess first, your reaction to Donald Trump doing exactly, frankly, what he told us he was going to do when he was on the campaign trail. He said he wanted to get rid of the Department of Education. They have taken serious steps to hollow it out. Your reaction to this? I know you all have also filed a lawsuit that we want to get into as well.
That's right, Simone. It's good. It's good to be with you. Donald Trump told us exactly what he was going to do. It's one of the reasons why educators all over this country read Project 2025. So they had an idea of what was coming at them. But let's be clear. All students will be impacted by these cuts. All students will be impacted by the decision of Linda McMahon to fire half of her staff. We know that there is no department that's going to be available to answer the calls of our parents and students who are applying right now for college and they couldn't get through because the tech people who actually run the site were fired. So I want to emphasize that the impact of this will go so far beyond what anyone thought would happen, and who is left to fill those gaps for our students? Our educators. They're always left. I taught science for 31 years. And every time there's a gap, we try our best to stand in those gaps. We take money from our own pockets. But we can't fill these gaps when we have students with disabilities who aren't going to get what they need. And we have a Secretary of Education who doesn't even know what the signature program, IDEA, Linda, that means Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, say it with me. When you don't even know what that is, we know our students with disabilities aren't going to get what they need and what they deserve.
I love it when an educator educates the uneducated. Really appreciate that moment because, President Pringle, the reality of it is the Department of Education was established in 1979 by the Congress. This department, despite all the BS and the noise and the wrangling and the crazy by Trump and Musk and Doge, can only be undone by Congress. But you're exactly right about what you're stating about the dismantling. Let's fire the resource teachers. Let's fire the individuals within the teaching community and the administrative community of education to create disruption. You have, for example, you have this storyline in which you've got Pritzker, Governor Pritzker, making the point that there is no plan for kids, noting the Illinois governor, instead of proposing anything to improve math and reading score for students or to support those who work long hours to educate our children, they're making it harder for working class students and their parents to get ahead by firing more than half of the department's workforce with no notice and no due process. That is the reality right now. How do you and the job you have up against this challenge hold the line for your teachers and the administrators and the school systems that are being buffeted right now by this deliberate storm against them?
Well, first of all, Michael, it is about educating people. It absolutely is. Most people don't know what the Department of Education does. Educators know, and parents who have students with disabilities, they know too. But it is about educating folks all over the country in every congressional district that every student will be impacted, because guess what's going to happen? We all know class sizes are going to be. Math and arts classes are going to be cut. After school activities are going to be cut. We know exactly what's going to happen to our students when you have a government, Trump and Musk, who are stealing from our schools. And not just that, their plan to voucherize and privatize our public schools. We know what they're doing. They want to dismantle public education in this country. And we know that public education is the foundation of this or any democracy. We need people to pay attention and understand that long game, even, Michael, as we slow things in the short term. That's why we're so encouraged by the filing of the suit by the attorneys generals. They have been incredible. We're so encouraged by governors across the country, like Governor Pritzker, standing up and saying, no, if you cut these funds, they will gut the funding in my state. I will not be able to meet the needs of the people in my state. So we are coming together and making sure that people understand they have the power. They have the power. And we're asking them to join us on March 19th. Text action to 48744 and join our educators, our students, our parents, community leaders, organizations all over the country who are walking into our schools and telling our students, we will protect you. We love our public schools.
I want to be clear. Everything we're saying about the dismantling of this department, it is not made up out of whole cloth. It is coming from the mouth of the secretary in charge of this department. Take a listen to what she said on Fox News.
That was the president's mandate. This directive to me clearly is to shut down the Department of Education, which we know we'll have to work with Congress, to get that accomplished.
You went where I think this conversation is going, President Pringle, which is privatization. What happens to America's students and America's teacher if they are to succeed in privatizing America's education system?
This country was built on the core values that education should be available to all. It should be high quality, universal education for all. And if we walk away from that, then we're walking away from our core values. So Linda said it. You heard her say it. We need to believe it when they say it. We know what their ultimate goal is. And we have to do, what the people in Kentucky did, by the way. Every one of their 120 counties said, no, you will not bring vouchers here. That's in the reddest place in Kentucky. They love their public schools, and they were not fooled by the attempt to steal money from their public schools. That's what we need to do all over this country, and that's what we are doing, educating people about what will happen to your child, to your student, to your school in rural America, in suburban America, in urban America, every single congressional district across this country.
60% of the education department's 2024 budget went to student aid. The other form of assistance that the Department of Education provides is spending on public elementary and secondary education. It is, that's what they do. You all have filed a lawsuit, you, along with the ACLU and your NEA New Hampshire branch, specifically around the language that it says a dear colleague letter, but it was basically an order or guidance that was put out by the Department of Education secretary to everyone, frankly, that gets money from them about not engaging in anything that has to do with diversity, equity, or inclusion. And if they do that, they will lose funding. What is the status of that current lawsuit? And in the time that you have left, President Pringle, if you could just explain to people how real what we're discussing is here, what is happening in the classrooms across this country, and the fear that students, parents, and teachers have about what they're hearing.
Simone, it is very real. And by the way, it's not hypothetical. It's already happening. We know that in an authoritarian regime, one of the things that happens right away is what's called anticipatory compliance. And we're seeing that around the country as Donald Trump and Elon Musk are pushing their anti-core values of America positions. Diversity is a core value of our country. The fact that we are working to make sure that every student has what they need, that's equity. Inclusion, we want our students with disabilities included in what we do. And so our lawsuit gets directly at that, challenging this administration to say, this is not America. That is not going to help our students learn and grow and thrive. And so as we took this to court, we have specific examples of how students and schools are being impacted by them not being allowed to see themselves and see others so they can live and be the leaders of a just society.
President Becky Pringle of the NEA, thank you very much.